Serwin here, and I'm back with another Valentine treat. As we get closer to Valentine's Day, I keep thinking of new people I want to make treats for. So this one today is going to go to school with my kids for the ladies in the office. I don't know if you have kids at school. Those ladies in the office work their tushes off, so I like to send them little treats too. So what do you think is inside? It is a Little Debbie snack. Be My Valentine Nutty Bars. Little Debbie makes a snack like this that's peanut butter and chocolate, and all 12 months a year, and they're my favorite, so I never buy them because I can't stop eating them. But I bought these because I thought, oh, okay, they're Valentine's Day, and they have been calling my name since I brought them home, and I've got to get them packed up so that I won't eat them. They are from Walmart. We have a little fly visitor today. They are from Walmart, but Little Debbie is everywhere, so get them wherever you find them. And they're individual, so I like that because it was just, there's 10 in a box, so we have just one. Now, the first box that I made is in pink pirouette, kind of to match the color of the bar. But this time I'm gonna do it in melon mambo. So you're gonna need a piece of melon mambo that measures 6.5 by 4.5, and we're going to do some scoring. On the long side, you're going to do 3/4 and 5 3/4, and then you're going to turn it, and on the short side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch, 1 1/4, 2 1/2, and 3 1/4. Now, don't worry if I went through that too fast. Hop over to my blog. I'm going to have those listed right underneath the video. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is, here's the side that I started scoring on. This was the 1/2 inch mark. I'm gonna completely cut off these two rectangles on the end. We don't need those, okay? Now I'm gonna cut this at an angle, and I'm gonna go to each score line and cut it off by cutting a little V. The reason we do this is this helps put our box together better. When I score things, and when you score things, I'm sure you've noticed that sometimes just even a hair's width of difference can make these boxes not go together all that well. So if we will if we will cut away some of this edging where these little tabs are going to overlap, that will help put our box together, and it will go together a little bit easier. All right, so there we have it. Now, before we do all the folding, I'm using the stamps from the Sealed with Love stamp set, and it is a super awesome stamp set. If you don't have it yet, it has a ton of stamps in it. You need it. Just go ahead and get it. It actually was in my very first order when the Occasions catalog came out. It can be obviously used for Valentine's Day, which is the design, but you can use it throughout the year for sweet gifts. And like this stamp, a heart. I feel like I need a heart stamp all the time. Okay, so I stamped those hearts in Melon Mambo. I used the same color ink as the paper. And we're going to fold all those score lines in, and we're going to do the same down here. Score these in like this. Now I'm going to put fast fuse here along this long tab on the end, and I'm going to fold this in half. Should line up perfectly like that, so that now you have this skinny little box. We're going to fold up the bottom, and we're going to go ahead and seal it because we don't need to worry about the bottom. We're not going to open the bottom part again. And I'm using fast fuse, so either use fast fuse or tear and tape to make sure it stays shut. Now I always think about my recipient receiving their treat, and I don't want them to have to completely tear the box apart to get to the treat. So I try not to seal it in completely because I don't want them to tear it. So at the top, we're not going to put adhesive. We're going to tie some twine around to keep it closed. And I wanted to point out also, I've told you guys this before, look at your box, and whichever side you want to be the front, make sure that that's the final tab that folds over so that you have a good clean edge there. If not, then you're going to kind of you can kind of see the edge of that there. And I decided this is the front because over here is where my seam is, where my pieces went together. That's just kind of a picky thing I like to do to make sure my projects are perfect. So this is the front, and we're going to fold that tab back. And I'm going to take some of my Whisper White Thick Baker's Twine, and I think I've decided that Whisper White Thick Baker's Twine is definitely my go-to. It goes with everything, right? I mean, it really does. So I use it a lot. It's only $3.50 for a bolt. Now, before I tie this, I'm going to take one of these. These are the Sealed with Love wooden embellishments, and I've kind of had a hard time using these open ones, but I had a flash of inspiration, and let me cut this off, and I thought, why don't we just have it kind of hanging there from the bow. So I'm going to thread it through before I tie my bow, and I want to see exactly where I want it hanging. Get it on the right side of the heart. You have somebody who can hold that down while you tie your bow, it might help you. All right, let's see. Now I'm going to finish this. Let's tie that in, make sure we've got it, and tie that bow like that. So now the recipient can untie this or slide it off to get into their little treat. All right. I never get tired of this Whisper White Thick Baker's Twine. It's fantastic. All right, so let's make the tag. This I went ahead and did ahead of time. This is a Whisper White stitched circle. They are in, you can find this framelit in the Stitched Shapes collection. There are circles, squares, and ovals. They come in 4 sizes. You get all 12 of them in one package. This is the 3rd largest circle. And I'm stamping Happy Valentine's Day in soft suede. And normally you would want to stamp and then cut with your framelit, but because these are photopolymer, you can see exactly where you're stamping, so it's not really a problem. All right, so we've got that done. Let's get that centered where we want it. And I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on either side. And you could even put another dimensional over that twine to keep it in its place so it doesn't go anywhere anymore. All right, and there you have it. Ta-da! Oh, look, I also added, isn't it funny, I designed this project less than 5 minutes ago. I make the video as soon as I finish, and I can't even remember from 5 minutes what all I have done to it. I added a cute little flower. Gosh, so cute. Okay, there you go, you guys. Hop over to my blog to get all the measurements, the score lines, and the product information, and let me know if you have any questions. And now I've got to go run and make the rest of them and seal them up before I eat them. Yikes. All right, guys, have a great one. Bye.